Gamers. Lately, I've been on a bit of a personal quest. I've been going back and been playing games from my childhood. And honestly, it's been really refreshing. Because with new games, it feels like they come out and then the internet splits into two camps. The game is either fantastic, or the game absolutely sucks butt cheeks and you're a bad person for liking it. When you go back and you play older games, most of those arguments just don't exist anymore, or they aren't really relevant. No one's really arguing about games that are over 10 years old. And you're not playing older games to win a debate. You're playing them because they probably have some kind of emotional value to them. You enjoy them for what they are and not what the masses online say they are. Sometimes it just gets a 10 out of 10 on the emotional scale, and sometimes that's all it needs. So, tell me something. What are you gonna do when the odds are stacked against you? Your back's against the wall? Well, you gotta give it your all. Enter Bakugan Defenders of the Core, a 3D arena brawler where you control giant kaiju like Bakugan and beat the absolute hell out of other Bakugan. That's it, that's quite literally the game. I had this game as a kid on the Nintendo Wii and I enjoyed it quite a bit. I remember being a kid and thinking this game was awesome, but I never beat the full game, and it's not a long game either. It was one of those games I would try and convince my sister to play with me, but we couldn't really both agree on playing it, so it kind of just collected dust. I got the urge to play it. I don't know what it was, but I wanted that kind of that wah factor, you know? So, got my Wii U set up, got a secondhand copy of the game for dirt cheap, and decided to play through the full game on my live stream. Please check it out, please, thank you. And if I'm being quite honest, I was really surprised with how much fun I actually had playing. Like, way more fun. Like, it wasn't even that good of a, it wasn't even that good mechanically, yet I still had a lot of fun. But anyway, let's break it down. So, gameplay-wise, Bakugan Defenders of the Core has two main modes: story mode and battle mode. Story mode, it does the heavy lifting. It's 95% of the game, including basically every single unlockable, I think bar some that are locked behind cheat codes, maybe, I don't know. But the core mechanic of the game is incredibly simple. Beat up your opponent, and occasionally destroy their landmark and protect your own. And funnily enough, that second objective is only relevant in the story mode. The battle mode is just pure violence, no landmarks, no objectives. There is like a destruction mode, but it's kind of just whatever. The combat itself is very simple. You've got basic attack, strong attack, a range attack. You can equip 2 specials out of 4, a handful of combos, and I say handful like a little child's hand, not like a big, strong, burly man's hand, and a guard. And that's it. There's elemental advantages, at least advertised in the story mode. I'm not actually even sure if they are a thing in the battle mode. You got crowd control, dealing with multiple enemies at once, but mechanically the game is not trying to overwhelm you, and it definitely succeeds at that. But I think for this kind of game, it works perfectly fine. There are 20 playable characters. About 2/3 of them are evolved forms of like the main cast's Bakugan, which was a little bit a yawn. And this is my main criticism. All of the Bakugan feel insanely similar. All of the equipable supers are pretty much identical bar some elemental differences. They all have a big blast, a big combo, some kind of shield or barrier, and an even bigger blast, which was a little bit of a shame. At least when I was exploring it through the story mode, I would have loved a little bit more of a unique appeal, maybe one unique ability for each Bakugan, just to make them feel really distinct. I do understand that the more you add, the more complicated it gets, and sometimes that's just unnecessary. That being said, there are different types of Bakugan, and when I say types, I mean like there are some that can fly, there are some that are fast, the speed types, there are some that focus more on range, there are some that are absolute tanks, and then some that are just balanced. You can feel the difference between them. I tend to float towards the balanced and flying type just because the air combat is really fun, but it's also very thrilling to be a big burly Bakugan and just beat the living hell out of these weak plebeian Bakugan. So I give some credit to the game for that. But I think what really pulled me in was the style of battle. And what I mean by that is, you are these massive creatures in cities, countrysides, but you get a sense of scale. When you finish a combo or land a big blast, you send your opponent flying away. Whoosh. And oh my god, seeing an opponent just fly through a skyscraper and knock it down, mamma mia. It's part of the reasons I'm really interested in games like the finals and just wish that it wasn't just like an FPS, but environmental destruction, it's just so satisfying. It's dumb, it's destructive, it's just fun. Not to mention when you win a fight, you get this amazing slow-mo replay of you just dunking on your opponent. Chef's kiss, chef's kiss. As a kid, I think that's what really pulled me in, and for some reason as an adult, it pulls me in even more. But we gotta talk about the story mode, considering that's the main we gotta talk about the story mode though, because that is the main foundation of the whole game. And yeah, it's like really, it's basic. So, the game is loosely based on season 2 of the anime, and I haven't watched that since I was a child, so bear with me. So, in the second season, the Bakugan crew go to like a new world called New Vestroy, and I think the Bakugan live there, but then there are bad people doing bad things there, so the Baku gang need to do something Baku about it. But in this game, you don't play as like Dan or Marucho, you play as Guy, a nameless protagonist, and also only a guy, you can't be a girl, which I thought was funny. In this case, I made my character Ronald McDonald. There wasn't a lot of customization and I saw an afro. So you're training in the Matrix and then suddenly you get cyber fucked and sent to another world. I love isekai. Now the villains are blowing up buildings, committing full on Baku terrorism to build these crystals that stop people from using Bakugan. But, oh my gosh, you are the chosen one. Your powers can't be stolen, which means you're the only person who can use every Bakugan to stop the bad guys from committing more Baku terrorism. And no one in this world knows you, even though you knew them, because it's an alternate world, which seems incredibly irrelevant because our character's already a new character. Also, the planet's core can talk to you. She says, "Can you save me? Please help me." Even though in the end, spoiler, you end up destroying the core to beat the bad guy. Very epic, excellent, very coherent. Yeah, no notes. There's also voice acting. Oh, voice acting. It's not the main voice actors from the anime, which are pretty iconic, at least for me who grew up with it. It is very funny. And it's not the voice actor's fault. It's very funny. Well, there are some moments where I'm like, what's going on here? It's just the dialogue and the scripting. Here's some of my favorite moments. Yeah, enjoy.
It doesn't get any better than this! Dan Kuso can't brawl! Hey! Huh? Who is this? There's gotta be something we can do. We're doing it. You? No, I wasn't ready. You'll pay for this!
Did you overhear anything about Mira while you were captive?
No, I didn't.
I see.
Poor Mira. You were always so naive.
Wait, Eve! Wait! Oh!
Impossible!
So look, yes, this game is not a timeless masterpiece. It's not something I've gone back in time and been like, please, this game is great, buy it. It's just fun. If you like the anime, you like the toys, then like, it's great. I do wish I had the skill set to like mod this game or make a game very similar to this, because I think there's a game in there. There's an amazing game in there, like a really good game. Give me like a 4-player, like free-for-all, like control the point, like almost like a tower defense. There's a reason I'm not a game developer, but it inspired me, and that's important when you create a piece of media. But yeah, look, on my quest from playing my childhood games, I've played Bakugan, Shrek 2, and Sonic Heroes, and they're all good. They're all amazing. So I'm 3 for 3.